Paris, France, a city of firelight and fury. Centuries of ambition are carved into narrow streets. They are built into grand boulevards. Kings build it, revolutionaries tear it apart. Artists, lovers, and visionaries remake it again and again. Through it all, the people of Paris stand fiercely proud. They are stubborn, they are passionate, they are impossible to silence. These Parisians push history forward. They do it with every protest. They do it with every masterpiece. They do it with every whispered idea that changes the world. We are using advanced artificial intelligence. It will breathe motion into forgotten engravings. It will wake up long silent photographs. We will not just tell this story. You will watch it unfold. We will travel from the ancient banks of the Seine River to the glittering skyline of today. This is the entire history of Paris. Let us begin at the very beginning. Before Paris was Paris, it was just a collection of huts. They sat on a small island. Around the year 259 BC, a Celtic tribe settles here. They are called the Parisians. They make their home on what is now called the Ile de la Cité. It is a small island right in the middle of the Seine River. These people are fishermen. They are traders. They are river people. They control an important crossing point. The name Parisians possibly means boat people or craftsmen. This tells you everything about how they live. They are not building monuments. They are not writing philosophy. They are just trying to survive. Then, in 52 BC, Julius Caesar shows up. The Romans do not ask for permission. They conquer the Parisi during Caesar's Gallic Wars. The locals resist. Because of this, their settlement is burned to the ground. But Rome rebuilds it. They make it bigger. They make it better. They use their trademark efficiency. They call it Lutetia. This means marshy place or mid-water dwelling. It is not exactly glamorous. Roman Lutetia grows on the left bank of the Seine. For about 3 centuries, it is a proper Roman town. They build a grand amphitheater. It can hold 15,000 people. They build bathhouses and temples. They lay the foundations for what will later become the Latin Quarter. The roads are straight. The aqueducts work perfectly. If you are a Roman citizen, life is actually pretty comfortable. But empires do not last forever. By the 3rd century, Germanic tribes start raiding from the north. The residents of Lutetia retreat. They go back to the safety of the Ile de la Cité. They build strong walls. They fortify their island. The Roman dream is crumbling. Lutetia is becoming something else. It is becoming something that needs a new name. I know, that new name is about to arrive. It comes with a woman. She will become the patron saint of the city. She arrives just as everything is about to fall apart. The 5th century is pure chaos. The Roman Empire is collapsing. Barbarian tribes are carving up Europe like a great feast. It is 451 AD. Attila the Hun and his mighty army are marching toward Lutetia. The residents are terrified. They are ready to abandon the city entirely. Then, a young woman named Genevieve changes everything. According to legend, Genevieve speaks to the terrified population. She convinces them to stay and pray instead of fleeing. Miraculously or coincidentally, the forces of Attila change course. They spare the city. Genevieve becomes Saint Genevieve. She is now the protector of Paris. You might believe in miracles. You might believe in military strategy. But one thing is certain, Paris survives. The legend of Genevieve gives the city a precious gift. It gives them something they desperately need. It gives them hope. The year is 508 AD. Clovis I is king of the Franks. He makes Paris his capital. This is when the city truly becomes Paris. It takes its name from the Parisians tribe. These are the same people who lived there 1,000 years before. Clovis converts to Christianity. Paris becomes a spiritual center. It also becomes the political center of a new kingdom. Grand churches start rising. The city is no longer just a Roman outpost. It is becoming something distinctly French. But then, the Vikings arrive. Starting in 845 AD, Norse raiders strike. They sail up the Seine. They attack Paris repeatedly. They do not want to settle, they want gold, and Paris has plenty of it. The city pays them off. They give the raiders 7,000 pounds of silver to leave. It is more like extortion than a victory. The worst siege comes in 885 AD. The Vikings blockade Paris for months. Only a few hundred defenders stand their ground. They hold the fortified bridges against thousands of Norsemen. They hold on, but barely. Finally, reinforcements arrive. Paris survives once again, but it learns a very hard lesson. If you want to keep existing, you better build stronger walls. By the year 1000, Paris is still small. It is still centered on that island. But it is growing. Markets are expanding. They spill onto both banks of the Seine. The city is becoming a busy crossroads. It is a place where power, religion, and commerce are starting to converge. Soon, Paris begins building new monuments. These are the beautiful structures that will define it for centuries to come. The 12th and 13th centuries arrive. This is when Paris becomes undeniably important. In 1163, construction begins on Notre Dame Cathedral. It takes nearly 200 years to complete. It is absolutely audacious. It is a building so ambitious, it seems to defy gravity itself. Gothic architecture is the cutting edge of medieval engineering. Notre Dame is its greatest masterpiece. Look at those flying buttresses, the beautiful rose windows, the sheer vertical reach pointing toward heaven. It is a bold statement. Paris is announcing itself to the whole world. Around the same time, the University of Paris is taking shape. It is the early 1200s. Scholars from all across Europe are flocking to the left bank. They come to study theology. They come to study philosophy. They come to study law. This is one of the very first universities in Europe. It makes Paris a great intellectual capital. The Latin Quarter gets its famous name right here. This is because the students and professors speak Latin. This is where medieval Europe is learning how to think. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and remember, this is just part 1 of the story. If you want to see part 2, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the very first to see the next episode when it goes live.